Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a video about two very intense dreams I had just recently. The first one has to do with the blue being that you see here with the black eyes, all blue. But in the dream, the blue was a tiny bit brighter, like shinier, almost like if it was sweating, you know. So here it is. Um, this was a dream like right before I woke up. So when I was awake in the dream, I was conscious that I was there. Like I could see everything, I could feel everything. I was in this. Um, it wasn't a tiny room. It was just a regular sized room, big bed. I was laying on this big bed, like queen size bed. There was pictures on the wall, very colorful, mostly muted colors like beige, off white. I could see the frames on the wall. They were dark frames, and then the picture in the middle. But I noticed that I couldn't move, so I was like, okay. It didn't bother me. Like I wasn't panicked or anything like that. I was just I knew that I couldn't move. I couldn't feel myself moving. So as I'm laying down, kind of like my head, you're looking down at your feet while you're laying in bed, and I saw this being first, the blue one. Now in the dream, it was a brighter blue, very shiny, like it was sweating, and big black eyes like that, like you see, no nose, no mouth, no ears, and the head was when I did this image, I couldn't get the head. I didn't want it to turn too much sideways, but the head was like a bulb, it went back, and he had like or it had a white stripe that went down the sleeve like this. That had just a white stripe like this, and it was laid out like an X, like this, like his arms were out. I think this one was holding one of my legs, but it was stretched out like it almost looked like an X. The arms were out, the legs were out, like it was anchored down. And when I looked, there was about there was about four or five of them holding me down. And I was looking around, I was like, okay. But I wasn't panicked. Like it didn't bother me. I was like conscious, like I was conscious that I was there. And it didn't bother me at all. And I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, all right, now you're starting to get on my nerves. So there were two holding my arms and on my legs, and they were just like around the bed. And then I remember in the dream, I started to think and I started to focus all of my energy. And I was able to make fists like this with my hands down by my sides. And blue lightning started to coil around both my forearms because that's what I was thinking. I need to get out of this. And then all of a sudden, I started to really clench my fists because I could feel I was focusing all the energy there. And I wanted them to get off of me. So I did that, and the lightning around my forearms was getting brighter and brighter and brighter. And all of a sudden, there was this giant sonic boom. It was like this giant explosion, and it just blew them all back. There was dust everywhere. They just like they flew. There was like dust, smoke, or something because the explosion was it was huge. Yeah, I was really angry. I hate that feeling that someone is holding me down. Somebody's controlling me. They don't want me to move. They're gonna do it. It's like that drives me nuts. So I broke out of it in style. So then all of a sudden, when the dust settles, I'm standing up like I'm on the bed, but I looked taller. Like I could see where my vision was. Like I felt myself tall. I was tall. And then all of a sudden, I was looking at them, and they were all like scurrying around in front of me, trying to, I guess, uh, they wanted to put me back down, but they didn't come near me after that. They were just like, kind of like, oh, how are we gonna get them? How are we gonna get them? They didn't say it, but that's how they were like behaving. All of a sudden, I kind of go back, and then I go forward like this, and I saw this. I don't want to call it fire because it really wasn't fire, but it was just this energy like fire, like coming out of my mouth. It was shooting towards them. And I was like, wow, you know, it was so cool, and I could feel it. I was thinking it, and I could feel that that's what I was doing. Like I wanted to do that, and it happened. And I was doing that. I was trying to hit them, and I think I did hit one, and they went flying or something. And then all of a sudden, the others are kind of scurrying around. Then all of a sudden, I started thinking about my eyes. I remember that distinctly, thinking about my eyes and what I want to do with them. And all of a sudden, these beams started coming out, like trying to hit them. And then I woke up, and it was very early. It was very early in the morning. I don't really sleep much, but I remember it was very early. And then all of a sudden, I could feel the dream. It was disappearing, like that event. It was disappearing. I could. It was so wild because I could feel it leaving, like being. It's almost like it was being erased. And that I was like, oh no, no. And I just stood still for a second, and I focused, and I commanded that to. I wanted my mind to recall. I want to remember everything, and it came right back, and I could see everything, and I immediately started writing everything down. I started remembering everything, all the details, what they looked like, and I was wondering what that white stripe was. You know, it was so cool, and because I don't like to wake up and then, you know, we don't remember anything sometimes. So with this one here, absolutely not. I didn't want that to happen. Yeah. So that was a very cool dream, and for me, that tells me not to just lie down and take, whatever they've been doing to me for so long, probably since I was born, since I was a kid, whatever. Um, I don't have to take it. You know, I know myself. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know where I'm from. Like I know these things. I'm like, yeah, I don't have to take any of their nonsense. Why should I allow them to be a barrier in my life? Why should I allow them to constantly be holding me down? It's not easy. Even just thinking of our daily life. We gotta cook, we gotta clean, we gotta take care of our kids, we gotta take care of our loved ones, our spouse, our parents, whoever, our friends, and then make time for ourselves. If we like to do this, make videos or music or anything, it's like our lives are full. They're so full, and I'm like, wow, why should I, continuously allow them to do whatever they want, holding me down, not with fear. It has nothing to do with that. Not with me, not now. When I was younger, yes, I was very non-confrontational, a bit passive, and I didn't like to cause trouble. I would just say, yeah, yeah, go ahead, just do it, just do it. I don't want to hear any arguments. Yeah, yeah, just give it to him, just give it to him. Yeah, how much does he want? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just so you can go away. Now, no, I'm not like that at all. So, yeah, that's what I get from that dream. Get up, take charge of myself. Don't allow these beings to hold me down. And, they represent something that's very real. For my soul family here, you all know, what's going on. But for others that may watch this video, this could be, you know, this could be in the form of, some people may call them demons, some people call them evil spirits, some people, yeah, some will call them aliens. But, whatever it is to whoever is watching this, they represent something very real. Okay, they represent a barrier to us, so that we don't know who we are, so that we don't have any confidence in ourselves, to do anything. You know, they just want to hold us down and just be this nothing. You know, just yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll do it, or I tried doing it and nobody paid attention to me. Yeah, maybe it's not for me. Somebody said something. Oh my God, they were criticizing me. I can't take that. Oh no, 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 no. It's like okay, these beings that were holding me down. One, there was a bunch of them. Okay, so that said a lot to me about me. Okay, that says that I am important. I am strong. Okay, but until I become aware of myself and know how strong I am, they're going to continue holding me down until I break free and say no more. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to help people. I'm going to be kind. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get my vibration up, to get myself up to that next level. Because being negative, you know what? Anybody can do that. That's actually easy. Hurting others, that's easy. It doesn't really take a lot of effort. And I hate to say that, but I don't want to go that way because where I grew up around that. It was really horrible. How easy people just hurt others, and some of them did it and they were happy that they did it. They were happy to hurt, it's like they got off on it and it's like, oh yeah, I got them good. It's like, no, I don't want that. I want my vibration to go up. I want to go up, next level, higher level. I want to help. I want to bring change, you know. I want people to know you are strong. You are awesome. You are special. You are. But we have to do our part. We have to believe it. We have to believe in ourselves. Stop judging ourselves so harshly and stop judging others so harshly. Let's work together, okay? Because together we can do anything. We really can. You're awesome. I believe in you. I really do. Okay? If I can do this, if I can believe in myself, trust me, anybody can do it. Because where I come from a world where there was absolutely no love at all. Nothing. It was devoid. I used to tell people when I was younger, I am from the darkness. Yeah, because I was. I was. No love, no affection, no touching. My parents, they were just very, just no, just very blah, very just dull. No affection, no love, no motherly, fatherly hugs, nothing, nothing. That. That's why every time something used to happen in the family, that was like very emotional, there was a death in the family, I was like nothing. I couldn't feel anything, you know. But that had to do with my immediate family, with my parents and things. But inside, I had so much emotion. I had so much love. I had so much rage. I had so much just confusion. I had all this ocean of emotions all over the place. But I had no one to help me, to help guide me through all of this. To tell me that it's okay. What you're feeling is normal. What you need is a little bit of guidance. So that's why I say if I can do this, coming from where I come from, anybody, you can focus. If you focus, you can do anything. You really can. You really can. I believe in you. Okay, so here's the other dream with the brown fellow here. Oh, here. This one didn't start off looking this way. Okay, the second dream that I had was I was in the neighborhood. I felt like this again. I was conscious in the dream, and I was very conscious of where I was. The neighborhood felt familiar. We were walking down the street. There was like a lot of little stores, a lot of lights. It was evening time, and I felt like there was like I don't know. It seemed like a neighborhood fair. When all the stores come out and they put their They put their what they're selling like out on the sidewalk, and there's a lot of lights. There's Italian ices, there's Zeppelis, there's jewelry and hats and stuff. That's what was going on there in this little street. It was very nice feeling. And then I was with, I think my family was with me. I know I was with some people, but I can't remember exactly who. I think my wife was there, my youngest son was there. But in this dream, I think my youngest son was actually younger. Well, that's what it seemed like to me. But there was a couple of other people there too. There was like a bunch of us, and we were just walking down the street. Now, as we're walking, there's you're walking down the main street, and then there's all these little streets that go up like that. These little one-way streets. And one of these little one-way streets, there was like there was also a sidewalk. There was a sidewalk there, and then to go up onto this particular little one-way street, there's like a couple little steps, and then you go on onto a little street. Well, on the steps, there was this big black wolf. I mean, it was huge, but it wasn't one of mine. Okay, because I know mine. I know who my wolves are. And he was looking at me serious. He was like, I mean, he was looking at me. I was like, okay. I was looking at him. Our eyes didn't leave each other because I was like, okay, you want to throw down? I mean, what's happening here? So we were just like staring each other down. I was walking, and his eyes were looking at me, and I was looking at him. And then I just kept going, and we walked up the block, and then I looked back just to see. So when I looked back, we were like a half a block away from where the wolf was, and all of a sudden he very calmly started. He came down off the steps and then started walking after us. He wasn't running after us. He just like was walking all nonchalant. Yep, he's following us. I was like, okay. So I was watching him. I was like, okay, I see what's going to happen here. Next thing I know, we're walking and we go into this small little apartment off to the left there, and then we're like in the living area, I think, in the living room, and there was like a little table there. And all of a sudden, I don't know what was going on, but the child, the young person or the child, would it was either my youngest child or someone else's. I'm not sure. That part got a little bit cloudy, but the child was like sitting on this table or laying down on this table. I don't know what was going on. All of a sudden, the wolf comes into the living room, didn't charge at anybody, didn't charge at me. All of a sudden, then changes into this one here. I was like, whoa! So it stayed on all fours like a canine, and the body was kind of long. It was very weird, and it was this brown color like that. Okay, and it looked like it had a face and a mouth, you know. And all of a sudden, it started this very unusual attack on this child that was on the table there in the middle of the living room. It started speaking in this language. Okay, I instantly started speaking in my own light language that I recognize, and I was blasting this light language. It was like energy, this powerful energy that was coming out towards this being. And now both of us, like we weren't looking at each other. I was looking at it. It wasn't exactly looking at me. It was like speaking with authority towards the child. But I know that it knew I was there because what it was speaking had energy. And my light language had powerful energy too. And when the two languages, uh, how can I say, were kind of hitting each other, the energy from what we were saying was hitting each other. It was like two, it was like two uh, powerful magnets hitting each other, like they were repelling each other, like two big giant magnets, that are opposite of each other. You can't put them together. That's what it felt like. It was really strong though. And as it was speaking, I was speaking against it. with my light language. And let me tell you something, it was not giving up. Like it really wanted to hurt this child. It would not give up. It was going and going. But I did not quit. Like I was really like hammering. I was using this beautiful light language that I know is mine specifically against it, and I kept going and going. And in the dream, I was conscious that all this was going on, and my intention was that what I'm saying is going to repel this being. You know, that was like that's what I was feeling, like my light language. I don't know exactly what I was saying because the moments when all this was going on, it was so intense. You know, I wasn't getting like an interpretation of what I was saying, but I know that there were the two energies were hitting each other, and I was going and going and going. I was determined to get rid of this being, you know, because it was there for a specific purpose, just to do what it was doing against this child, this young person. And I jumped in immediately and dealt with it, and then it was gone. It was gone. I felt like, wow, ooh. It was work, let me tell you. But that light language that's deep inside, okay, my soul family, you all know what I'm talking about. It's powerful. It's powerful and it's meaningful and it does what it's supposed to do. Like maybe you don't know at first what you're saying, but inside you know exactly what's going on and you know what you're saying. So when I was doing it against this being, and I had the intention of no, if you're going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing this back too. It wasn't a physical fight. I didn't try to hit the being with anything. I didn't shoot. I didn't do like what happened to the blue one. This was different. This was about power. This was about energy. This was about authority. Don't come here messing with what belongs to me. You know, and then I woke up and I remembered. I recalled everything. The color of this being, the way it looked. This was the closest that I could get it when I created it. I think the mouth was a little bit different, but yeah, this was as close as I could get. But yeah, this is what it looked like. But it was on all fours like a canine. So it was very unusual. But yeah, what I get from this dream is that, I'm like that. I immediately, I defend and protect what belongs to me. Absolutely, without question. So when it started to speak, instantly I just went right at it. Boom. I didn't try to move the child. I didn't try to hit this being. We didn't throw down that way. This was different. This was a battle of wits. This was a battle of energy, of know-how, you know. And what I take from this is always protect what belongs to you, what you love dearly. Yes, the enemy is going to come and attack, and hey, it happens, right? It happens. But what are we going to do? That's the main thing. Are we going to sit around, try to call someone? Oh my God, no. Should I call this person? Should I call that person? Is there someone, in when moments when these things are happening, if you're not used to reacting quickly, you know, which is fine, which is fine. I mean, you know, we're human. These things happen. You're not doing anything wrong. Some people, this can be off-putting. You know what I mean? When something grabs you and takes you off guard like that, your brain needs time to process it. And that's okay. It's okay. But for me, I'm only talking about me. When stuff like that happens, I'm like on the alert. You know, and I immediately just jump right in and I don't wait. I just do it. You know. So I wanted to protect this child, whether it was mine or someone else's. It could have been my youngest, but I'm on it quick. Whatever attack is trying to happen, I'm going to be the first one to jump in the way and say, nope. To get to him, you got to go through me, and you're not going to get through me. Trust me. That's how you have to be. You gotta be strong. Believe that you're strong. These beings, yeah, they have power. They they're on the other side, so they have uh, their abilities are kind of like, they're on. You know what I mean? But we're here. We're here on Earth. We are living as human beings, and some of us are, not at that high level yet. But some are. You know, my brother Rock Cloud, he is like, whoa, high level. You know, he gets down. You know what I mean? Fast. So, you know, and there's so many. There's so many like Raw Cloud. There's so many. And they could tell you. And I'm so glad that he's doing these videos. He's awesome. All the information that he shares, and all he does, and he encourages us to be strong, to know who we are. You know, I would definitely watch all his videos and learn all you can, because he doesn't pull any punches and he tells you the truth. He's awesome. I love him. But yeah, so when something is going down, just assess what's going on, and in your heart know that you are protected. Know who you are. Know that you are strong. Okay, know that you can do it. You don't have to lay down and take anything that these beings will try to do. They try to discourage you. They try to put fear into you. They try to do anything they can to distract you so that you don't stand up for yourself. You know what I mean? It's okay to stand up for yourself. It's okay to protect your child. If you want to pray over them, absolutely pray over them. It works. Okay, that's what that was telling me in that dream. What you say matters. Okay, your words have power. Your intentions have so much power. Okay, it's okay if you protect your loved ones. It's okay if you protect yourself. That's okay. We don't have to just let these beings, these energies, these powers, whatever you want to call them, we don't have to sit there and just let them slap us around. It's like, why? That's, to me, a bully is always going to come around and just try to keep you down all the time, like they used to do to me when I was a kid, because I never fought back. So every time they saw me, which was every day, okay, and this was happening in the fourth grade. Oh my God. This was happening in the fourth grade. So every time they saw me, oh yeah, there he is, and they come around, they're robbing me, they're pushing me around, they're beating me up. It's like, wow, yeah. Until you stand up for yourself. You don't have to hurt anybody. I'm not talking about hurting people physically. This goes beyond the physical. This is something very powerful and spiritual, that a lot of it doesn't have to do with this dimension here. What we see here is the result of what's going on the other side. Okay, but we need to use our intuition and our discernment to to know what's going on. Not have your head in the clouds, like, oh my God, there's a demon. Oh my God, there's an alien. Oh my God, there's a you know um, everything that you see, everything that you feel right away. It's something. No, we gotta have balance. You want to do it with balance. Okay, keep your feet on the ground, and don't be so heavenly minded that you're no earthly good. That's what it says. But I'm saying it in a way like, have balance, like be cool about it, like use your discernment and know first. Try that spiritual event that's going on, like quickly assess it, like what's happening, what's going on here, and then use wisdom to kind of navigate through there, so that you're not offending anyone. Sometimes people get offended, they don't want to get prayed for because they don't believe. So you want to be gentle no matter what you do. Okay. um, Use your intuition and your discernment and your love, that awesome love that you have inside. That's the most powerful. Oof, That's the most powerful energy that you have is your love. Okay, because your love is going to help you see everything. It's going to help you understand everything. Okay, because where there is love, there is unity. Okay, there is calm, there is joy, there is peace. You know, and those, being in that kind of environment helps you to see. It helps you to feel. You know, it helps you to not pick out just what's wrong with someone first. You know, um, but always, see where you are, see what's going on, and whatever you do, do so gently. You know, depending on where you are, who you're with. Don't just jump in and start doing something that's going to offend someone. Do it gently. Ask. Because sometimes if you ask somebody, do you mind if I pray? Real quick. Just quick, a minute. I'll do it quietly. You never know. They might say yes, yes, please. Oh, anything is fine. You know. So you can get more bees with honey. You know what I mean? So I hope that you enjoyed this time with me. And I've never shared my dreams before with anyone. So I'm very happy to do it here with my soul family and all the anybody else that's new that's going to join and subscribe. I hope that you enjoy these and get something out of it for you. Because that's what I want for everyone to believe in themselves and to believe that you are stronger and more powerful than you know. And you don't have to lay down and take any nonsense from these beings, you know, whatever's going on in a spiritual sense. Okay, you have more authority and more power than you realize. Okay, but it's up to us to do our part. Okay, and to do this, properly without offending anyone, and just be cool about it. And then as things start happening, you start learning more, and then you go on and you help others. So thank you for joining me. I love you all. Until we fly again, have a great day.